is up, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. How you doing? How you feel? Welcome back to another episode of the Be Unique podcast. If you've never seen my face before, my name is Jaay Egiria. Welcome, and just sit back and relax because today's episode, I just guarantee y'all gonna laugh so much because this person, I just love them so much, and they're so funny. And I'm so proud of him and everything that he's doing. And yeah, but before we start, please stop what you're doing. Like this video, subscribe, share it, sit down with your friends, sit down with your peoples, and just chill because it's going to be a good conversation today. Today, I have the world famous, the LA native, the so fancy Isaiah Jaay. Hey.
What's up, friend? How are you?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm in a great mood.
Good.
A little tired,
but it's a nice day outside.
It's nice. You never know what you're gonna get. September has gave us rain, has gave us sun,
it's gave us
earthquakes.
We're mourning.
It's just so a lot going on in September. So wake me up when September ends. That's just how I feel.
Well, luckily, when we post this, September will be over.
Okay.
So the people of God will be okay.
We'll be in the holidays.
Yeah, we'll be in the holidays, and all the birds.
Yes.
September, October.
I want to know if y'all in y'all matching onesies this year. Like, is y'all matching with y'all booze this year? I'm not, but
Zay.
Yes.
But the boo's gonna come though. I believe it.
The only boo I have is Halloween. Boo. Literally. Like, we're not, I don't know. I just feel like right now, I really feel like the reason why I am single is because I don't have the capacity to focus on somebody else, and I never want to cheat nobody of an experience that I know I can fully give when I fully have the time to do that. I think
because you're so busy, like because you got so much stuff to do, you like I just can't take that.
Yeah, time. Like I feel like right now I'm so close to where I really want to be. Like my next level, I feel like I'm like right here. So I just feel like I need to focus on myself. Like I would love to have somebody, but I just feel like I'm going to cheat them of an experience that they don't deserve or whatever.
See, and that's a mature thing. Like, if you know, like, I'm just not there right now, just be real like, from the beginning. Like,
we too old. We too old to be playing these reindeer games. Like, please. Yeah, we're not doing, I can't do the monkey bar games no more.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It used to be fun. I'm not going to lie. Like, I used to be on that. Like, it was cool. But I was just like, I don't want to be Flavor Flav no more. Like, we're not putting clocks on everybody. Like, because my clock is
endless. These jokes are endless.
Yeah.
But it's just like because people just get together, like especially holidays. They like, I want to have somebody to bring home to my family, blah, blah, blah. But just leave me alone.
Yeah.
If you're not ready for or if I'm not ready, I'll just be like, look. And some people are okay with that. That's what some people be like not understanding. Like, give me the choice. Like,
exactly.
That's all I ask. Give me the choice.
Because I'm not all the way healed. Okay, so I might be with what you're with, but I need to know. Yes. But I think people be scared of like getting turned down. Like they like if you let me know, then I can't really complain about what you do because I know already. But like. Come with some potential.
Some type of something.
Come potential. I got to see it at least. Like, I wear contacts. You know what I'm saying? So, just let me see it a little bit. My eyesight already bad. Just let me see it a little bit. Let me see the potential a little bit.
So, what do you feel like they have to have, like, characteristics like that? We already just starting out the gate. But what do you feel like that they have to be with somebody like you who's like a people person who's out there, but do you want somebody more reserved or somebody that's out a people person and everything just like you? What do they have to have?
That's a good question because I feel like I've dated all kinds of people. Like, I've dated a singer, I've dated a dancer, I've dated church people, I've dated a nurse, I've dated a juggler. Like, I've dated
a juggler,
Section 8 worker, dated DMV worker. So I feel like I've dated them all, and I just feel like it really depends on the connection and the energy. Like, I'm big on that. Like, if it's I'm not saying it got to be a vibe all the time, but like I just want it to feel like I don't want it to feel like we're dating because then it just feels like we can't be like we can't chill, we can't hang. Like when I get with you, it's like date. Like no, like let me get with you and it feel like chill. Friend, but still we're together. I'm not saying friends with benefits, like, but I'm just saying that like it just gotta feel normal. Like I gotta want to be around you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be annoyed. Like here we go. Like I'm dating them. Like I got 3 hours with them, and then I'm gonna go hang out with my friends and have fun. Like no.
Yeah,
It
we should
shouldn't
be
feel
able to
like
do it
that.
all together.
Exactly.
Got
So
it.
I
Got it.
think that's
So
what it is.
y'all heard it.
And
So
and
when
I
y'all
feel
ready
like we
right
should
now,
know how to
get ready.
dress by 28. Also, I don't.
See,
I
and
can't.
when I
Yeah.
was in the dating world, that was one thing people be like, you can change that. Like you can help them, but why I gotta help you? You should
Yeah.
know how to put on a t-shirt, jeans,
You should know how to iron. I know that's not a thing anymore. I know we
throw it in
be
the dryer.
just throw it in the dryer, or we just throw it on and
Mm.
walk around like wrinkled paper, like crumpled up paper. I don't want that. Like I just want us to. I can't teach. I feel like at this age, there's certain two things that you just can't teach,
No.
and one is that, and the other one is yeah. You can't teach those two things at this big age. I just feel like
No.
we big now.
It's like you're almost 30.
Yeah, we.
I shouldn't have to do. Your mom taught you how to take out your clothes, take out your whatever for school. Even if it's just like some people just coordinate. I got a white shirt. I got white shoes. I got this. But make sure it's clean. Make sure it's ironed. Make sure
like,
it looks like you smell good. Like you woke up this morning, brush your teeth. Like I need something. But when people just like you gotta help them. That's something that you can change. Like, but no. But every time I see you, I don't want to be like, okay, let's go back in the house.
I don't want to be in. This might sound really bad, and I feel so bad saying it,
Uh-oh.
but I don't want to be like embarrassed going out.
No.
Like because like I look nice, or like I tried my best to like
Mhm.
keep up with whatever's going on, and then you next to me in a white shirt, I could see the makeup on the neck or the dirt on the neck because you wore it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Or we're not ironed, and then we look like we're not equally yoked.
I need you to have.
We look scrambled.
Crease.
We're not. I just need a little bit. I need a little bit of something. I just think, and I don't think
Yes.
that's wrong for
And
that.
even like your hair, and that's why I said everything. Like if your hair not, put a hat on, do something, but just make it look like we care about ourselves. That's why.
Yeah, because if you don't care, that means you don't care about nothing, and that's just really the truth. Like if you can't see it, if you can't see the problem, then that means we gonna have problems. Yeah, like we just too big, big age, big back. We're too big for any negligence. Like for real. Like let's get it together.
Oh no, but see, y'all already see the shenanigans that's happening. But take me back. Okay, so Isaiah Jaay. But what's your real last name?
Johnson.
Okay.
Yes.
So Isaiah Jaay, where does this all start? I know both of your parents sing.
Yeah.
Grew up in church, but like, where did all this personality and everything come from? Where did it start?
So both of my parents are Capricorns, but I feel like they complete opposites. My mom is like turned up, loud, extra out. She she a diva. And then my dad is more reserved. Like he's fun, but like you kind of have to like bring it out of him, stuff like that. So they both sing. Grew up in church, and they used to lead all the songs at my home church, which is Belmont on 92nd and Avalon, East Side. So growing up, they used to just give me my dad or my mom's old songs, and I feel like I used to sound really bad, but I feel like you eventually
practice.
Well, no, you eventually get tired of sounding bad and getting thrown up there, so eventually you just got to figure it out. So I think that's just really how it happened. And all of my family sing except for like 4 or 5 people. They like the comedians, or they like make the beat, or they clap. You know what I'm saying? But like they don't like sing along. But like just kind of like that, and just kind of went with that. So I always did that. But I was always told that I was too church for R&B, but too R&B for church. Like I hear that all the time. And so just growing up, it was just a little difficult doing that. And I always say I've always been a mimicker. Like every time a new season of American Idol or The Voice came out, I was singing like that. My favorite person on the show, I was trying to figure out what they did and like trying to do that. So it was just a back and forth thing. I think I really started to tap into it in high school. I used to be singing down the halls, but like it still wasn't like connecting. Like I started doing like social media stuff like that. I was simping and pimping.
So when you were growing up, like did you always just feel like, okay, I can do this because my parents can do this? Or like when did you realize, okay, I can figure this out and do this? Or was it just like a pressure?
I wouldn't say it was a pressure because they never forced me to like want to do this. Like my mom was trying to get me to do something else. Like she was just like do something else or whatever. Because but I was just like, it just came. Like it was cool. How can I say this? I've tried to do other things, and so because I really feel like I was supposed to be like a track star. Like I used to love track, run track. I've been running track since like I was like 7 or whatever, and like medals and all this stuff like that, and it was fun. But like it was always a fight between track practice and singing practice, or like choir rehearsal or whatever. And so when I had got to like college, I was supposed to go to HBCU. I ended up not going, so I went to West LA, and it felt like 13th grade. So I did not want to be there. But the only reason why I was there was because of track or whatever. And so me and my track coach got into it because like I would be singing while running on the track, and she'd be like, "You need to
Sir.
pick one.
Sir.
Like this isn't what that's for." But I'm just like, I'm still running though. Like what's the? I can't give myself a little melody while I'm running this 400. Like what's the issue? And so she used to give me a hard time. So she like pulled me to the side. I was like, "You got to choose." And I'm just like, "Well, you can't make me choose something that I already love."
Yeah.
Like track was something that I learned how to do, but singing was literally like
already inside of you.
in my genes, like genuine. You know what I'm saying? So you just, it's just things that I think the decision was like played out for me in the end. Like I really feel like I had no choice but to like sing, even if I wanted to be a McDonald's worker. Like I still would have been singing in the driveway. So
how are you today?
Yeah, like
would you like a big laugh? Like they're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, a little jingle. But so after you were in school, were you involved in like other than track? Did you do like any talent shows or anything like that?
Yeah, so I went to everybody knew I sang at the school because I used to do it on social media. But like when I went to Westchester, I was only supposed to be there for 2 years, and then I was supposed to go to Hamilton because they had a music program. But I just love Westchester because they had the music, but also had the fashion, and it was slightly ghetto. So it was a good pot of gumbo for like anybody who just wanted to be there. So I ended up staying there, and they had like a music program there, and KJLH came to the school, and they had like a Project Pit. It's a group called Project Pit, and they still are alive now. And so they came to the school, and they was like trying to make artists out of students or whatever. So giving them like kind of like this camp like to do that. And so they had got me a part of it, and I did "You Got It Bad" by Usher. And the one day that I had rehearsal, because it was like 12 people, so everybody had like a separate rehearsal day. The day I went to rehearse, they had somebody in the audience named Brandon Rainey, and he does like plays in like Inglewood and just all around LA. And so he had seen me perform, and he had invited me to go to the Fernando Pullum Art Center in Lamar Park. And
I wanted to go there so bad.
It was turn. I'm not even gonna lie. And I wish I went there when I was younger. I didn't get to go there until I was like 17, 18 or whatever. And it was cool. I mean, you were allowed to go there until like I think 18, but I pushed it for sure because I got there late. So I need my residuals, please. So I did that, and I got invited to be a part of Lion King. And so from there, that's kind of how my life kind of switched over to that, because I didn't know.
Were you Simba, or what did you?
I was Rafiki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was Rafiki, and it was fun because I feel like it was low key my character. The only problem that I had was having to stay like that because my back. Yeah. Like it wasn't big, but it was cracked for sure. It was hurting. I was like, oh my God, I gotta stay like this. But yeah, so that's the only thing that I would say. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got into the realm of that. So I did that. I went from being in the play. I did other plays like Fame and A Tale of Two Mad Cities. So it's a mixture of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole's music.
So this wasn't like too long ago then. Like
yeah, this was like I would say from 2015 to like 20. Is it 20? Yeah, like 2019. I was like doing that, like in the plays, and I went from being in the plays to teaching like music directing the shows because I was too old to be. I can't be an Annie, that's not gonna make no sense, right? So that was that. And then I got the call for Sunday service, and then I went to do that with Jaay.
But before that, so how did you get over to Greater Zion?
So
because that's what Tough Crowd started for you.
I'll forget that. That's crazy.
That's why I'm just like, because that you talking about being in Lion King and everything like that, I see a lot of that in what you do in the Tough Crowd scene. So did that help you once you got to that point?
Yeah, it helped me open up. So I was low-key like in two groups. So you know how when you like with a group of people like Dipset or like Young Money, like that's kind of how CBG was. It was chosen by God. So they was like a group. And I was not saying they church gangbangers, not saying that. Like, no. But like we was just like, we wrote for each other. It was cool. Like, don't play with us. We won't play with you. That's that. And so then Tough Crowd was a whole nother entity, like, which was kind of the same thing, but not like God, but like, they love God, but it was just a separate entity of like poetry and music and dance and all that. So I was singing on the internet and like kind of making covers. I used to do like Zay mixes to like
Yes.
songs
Yeah.
and Wednesdays to songs, and
Mhm.
so they used to have a radio show, and they invited me to the radio show. I had did that, and I don't know why everybody be so scared of me meeting me, and because I'm so nice and I'm short, so I don't
You so
understand why you
nice.
scared of somebody. Sorry, I just ate a pollo loco. Y'all wasn't gonna see that.
No,
So
you ain't cut it out.
okay. Yeah. So I don't know why everybody be scared of me because I'm 5'5" and a half. No, 5'5" and 3/4. It matters. I'm five
Three
five and three
fourths.
fourths. I'm wearing leather pants and colors. Like,
Mhm.
why are you scared of a rainbow? I'm confused. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why people be so scared. Like, I'm so cool to talk to. Give me a
Mhm.
hug. Whatever we gotta do.
Mhm.
So they thought I was stuck up. Like, they didn't know how to take me
Mhm.
when they invited me, and I was just like, no, like I'm cool. So they seen I was cool, and I just started being cool with them. They used to host like park days where we used to like play kickball
Mhm.
and basketball and stuff like that. Then they asked me to be a part of their shows, and
Mhm.
happened like that. So I was a part of their shows, and I had a 21st birthday concert. And they started the happy birthday song. So it's
Right.
happy birthday song been going on for a long
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And so they had did it for me at my birthday. And I was like, dang, like this is cool. Like y'all love me. I ain't never
Mhm.
had like my own personal birthday song. They had a personal rap for me, all that. And then I was
Mhm.
like, this is family.
Yeah.
And so I joined from there, and I've been a part for like 7, 8 years now.
Yes, because
So
I remember when I went. I want to say this was your. Well, first of all, Zay has a party every year. He's the only person I know that doesn't wait for like the milestone birthdays. Every year, his birthday comes around literally every 2 months, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm having a party." Be like, "Zay, we know you're having a party. You just gotta post where." And that's when I. Well, I've always seen like Tough Crowd and everything, like when you said like you posted online and stuff like that, but just to see the family aspect at your birthday party.
mhm.
I mean, they have performances when certain songs was coming on. It was literally like a movie when you just bust out in choreography and everything like that. And I'm a dancer myself, and that's when I remember Up was out, so all of the
Yeah.
tiki ta was up, and Jada was like, Nate, get out there and do that. I said, no, it's like 4,000 people doing this dance. Like, no. But I just like how, like, it was just such a big
Which one was
support.
that? That was the prom
Yeah, the
redo, right?
prom.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, first of all, it's packed with people and just all the different. It was like a musical,
Mm.
literally. But I just love seeing the support like that you have from so many people
Mm.
because people know that you're a kind person, that you're always nice and all that stuff. And I feel like that really reflects the person that you are and the talent that you have. But have you always been like confident in that area? Like, okay, I have this gift and I'm gonna put it out there. Like you said, social media, it could be harsh, it could be a lot of comments. So, did you ever have a period before you started posting constantly, like, okay, I'm just gonna put out whatever. I don't care what nobody say, what they think. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I think that's something that I'm still currently working on.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now at this age I'm sure of myself. Like I've tried to be other people. I used to color my hair, used to have a flat top. I used to wear berets all the time. I used to wear bow ties. Like I've been through so many phases, and I feel like a game of phase 10. Like literally, like I done been through so many phases, and
Levels.
I think that right now I'm sure of myself enough to know that what I'm presenting is authentically me at 100%. Like I can, even if I'm doing a review, if I'm singing a song, you're getting me. Like you're not about to get nobody else because I've tried all of that already, and
Mm.
I be tired of that. Like you be tired of acting after a while. Like that's not me.
You
Like
don't want to be
especially when people
yourself,
know the real you. I think that's
right?
that's the crazy part. Like you being somebody else, and then I've known you for years. That's
Mm-hmm.
not you. And when people start, I think my real friends started calling me out. Like you're not fully walking in like who you really are,
Mm-hmm.
because it's always been hard. Like I would say, like I'm a social media baby, like
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Like when MySpace was out, Club Penguin, any of that, like AIM, I was on all of that stuff like that, and just doing that. And people used to make fun of me, like high school, no middle school and high school. Like I would like make videos and like do stuff like that, and people would like take like my mouth or whatever and like make fake pages of like just my teeth
Oh my
before I got
god.
braces, like make and like it would just be like
People have too much time.
Isaiah's teeth, like stuff
Uh-uh.
like that. They would do that, or like I would be like singing or whatever. And I wouldn't say I haven't always been like the best singer. Like I've definitely grown into it. So, but like jealous. Like people would just like remake my videos, like making fun of it. Like I remember basketball players and they be trying to be cool now, and I'm just like, no, because you used to make my life miserable. Like because they would be mad that like I would have like the Jordans or the shoes, but I would be wearing it different or whatever, or all the girls wanted to be my friend and they was dusty. You know what I'm saying? Like dust mites. So like they would be upset and like make my life hell. So like it'll be times where I would walk in school off the bus, and Westchester was a big basketball school. Like that's what they were known for. Kobe Bryant sponsored them, all that. So like I would walk in and all the basketball players would be like on the lockers talking about me. As soon as I walk in, like it's like I'm walking and you know that Wild 'N Out game where they ripped the runway and they talk, it was like that. Like every day, like they would just do that. And I used to be fighting all the time because like the thing is they would want to be my friends separately away from it, but like together and not in public. And I'm just like, what's the reason? Like if you know I'm cool, why are you doing? So growing up, I was always used to that, and it definitely played a big factor in my confidence. But I think once you've been talked about, baby, they gonna always talk about you. Okay, whether you're doing good or bad, they're gonna run their mouth and they're gonna have something to say. So just do whatever you want to do, and I think that's kind of where I am now, cause you gonna see it, you have to. So and you gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
So
because it's like I'm one of those people too that have multiple talents, and like sometimes I don't know how to just be in one thing. Like I'm like, it's so many singers, it's so many dancers, it's so many people doing podcasts, it's so many this, but that person is not you. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's just like all of my friends are just like, put it out, including you. It's just, anytime I would hit you up, you would just respond like, what you waiting for? Put it out, put it out, put it out. So I do think that you do, one, I always say you need those friends in your corner that's going to always push you. And you just got to be yourself at the end of the day, because nobody else can be. I can't be Isaiah. I definitely can't be Isaiah. He can't be me. Yeah. But you just got to be yourself. So after doing that, doing Tough Crowd and everything like that, you went to, like you said, Kanye West choir, around even more talent from all over the world. So how was that experience for you?
I love the Kanye experience. I think for me,
it was a time.
It was a time, and I think it was like my first serious like gig. I auditioned on my birthday, which is insane, and I wasn't about to go. Somebody hit me like, yeah, it's an audition in Burbank at Center Staging, and it's for artists that I can't say, but you should go. And I'm just like, it's my birthday, like I'm turned up, like no, like no, it's not happening. And they was like, please go, like I can't tell you what it is, but please go. And I feel like, I'm like, okay, you saying please and go. So I'm like, them two together is like makes it urgent. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go. So I had went and I had on like this see-through shirt. It's my birthday, so I'm gonna show a little skin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I thought
audition like
crazy. So I went to the audition and it's for a gospel choir, and I got on see-through. You can see my chest.
You just out there.
Nipples, everything, and it's just like, this is crazy. So I'm like, do anybody got a jacket like for me to wear, please? Because it's also cold inside Center. If you've been in Center Staging, it's cold.
It's cold.
Always cold. And because people be sweating and stuff, so they try and make it like conducive to everybody. But yeah, so I was nervous. I'm like, dang, like they gonna think I'm a heathen, a Jezebel. Like they about to kick me out of this audition because I got on see-through. I ain't even saying yet. They looking at a wench. Okay, like please. So I did that. I had auditioned or whatever, and I didn't think I made it because I didn't get the call back until April. So I auditioned March 12th. They had announced, people were already doing it. It was already like 50 of them already doing it. And so they had it announced they were doing like Sunday service. They was on planes announcing it. And a lot of my friends were in it already. And a lot of new people that I didn't know was from there, because there was people from Chicago who moved here. And when you from LA, I always tell people, when you from LA, you don't know really nothing about Burbank. You don't know nothing about Glendale, Van Nuys,
you don't be over there.
Calabash. Like we don't, that's forbidden territory. That's Narnia for real. Like we don't really go past downtown, and you only really going downtown if you making clothes or like if you going to the Santee. You
absolutely have to go down there. That's the only reason I just stay away.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So like even while I was in that choir, I felt like I was in a whole new environment, because people were like, oh, you from here? Like, where can I go eat at? Girl, I don't know. I ain't never been to Burbank. I ain't never been here. What do you mean? I've never been to the Glendale Mall.
No.
It's nice in here. It's nice over here. Hey, like I'm not used to this, so it was just like kind of cool, like to just have that experience. And just I was one of the youngest people there. It was me, Megan, and Jaden. We
Mm.
were like the youngest three. They used to call us the babies because I joined when I was 23, and everybody else was like low key like 28, like
Mm.
older or whatever. And so I felt like I kind of grew up in the choir, like because we
Okay.
did it for like 4 years.
Mhm.
So, like going from like seeing like I had glasses, like
You
big
did.
bifocals.
You did.
I dressed different, like so they literally seen me like
Mm.
transition from like 23 to now, like
Because I literally remember you with your glasses, and then when you took your glasses off, it was like a new person. I'm like, who is this? Because
yeah,
you always had your glasses. Wow, I remember that.
yeah.
But so going through that, being around the choir, that happened, and it stopped because of the pandemic,
It stopped,
right?
yeah. So it stopped because of. So it was crazy. I think we was about to go on a tour. I think we was about to like Sunday service on the road, like type
Mm.
of thing. Cause we was not gonna lie, we was hot. The church people hated us, but everybody else loved us, and
Mm.
the church people still doing what we doing, and y'all love them. But we gonna keep that for another subject,
Yeah.
cause. But yeah. So it was just crazy, cause it was really like a big thing, and it was like scary because people were like wanting us,
Mm.
like wanting what we wore, like attacking us, like I'll buy this right now off of you. Like no, this is my only costume.
And I feel like they was attaching like I've seen a lot where they were attaching the artist and y'all
Hmm.
together. So anything that they were doing, they like, oh, so y'all like this,
Yeah,
y'all like this, y'all. And I'm like, they two different things. Like that's their boss, but it was just a lot. I just think it was just different, first of all, and a lot of times in the church we don't like different. They
it
don't
was.
like they don't like different. They don't like okay, well you talking about God, but you not. You know, the person over it is this. They just be talking.
Yeah, it was
You know,
different, and also the church was mad because they were taking all of the praise and worship leaders and singers out of their church and out their
that's true
choir,
too.
and they didn't want to depend on their congregation, the other
Yeah,
people that
that's true.
y'all been turning their mics off for years, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's why they can't do it now because y'all don't give them the opportunity to grow. So I
Mm.
think that was a big problem. Like I know a lot of people that was in there who was specifically from LA or who moved out here sang at various churches, and so when you
Mm.
take that away, of course you're not trying to see the good because you want your members back.
Yeah.
I understand. So I knew it was that too, but it was a great experience. It was worship at the end of the day. Like I don't play with God.
Yeah.
Never have, never will. Grew up in it.
Mm.
So I would never do that. And it
And
was
you were a worship leader too.
yes,
Yeah.
at
So.
my church. So it was just a lot going on in that season, and I just feel like when you prophesy over me international and booked and stuff like that, when it happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? And it came out of your mouth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm.
So I appreciate being able to like have that experience and like meet so many new people. Like I said, I didn't go to college, so all I knew was LA. So
Mm.
learning people from Chicago and Baltimore and DC and just all over was just different, and I enjoyed the experience. I found myself my own voice because like I felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb, even when like
Mm.
how I dressed and like just my voice, like it was just different from
Mm.
like a majority of the people in there, which is and everybody had like separate talents, but it was just different, and so it made me like find my own artistry and be able to like put out my first EP. I had money to put out my first EP and like
Yes,
make
y'all. He
hoodies and
going
like
down my notebook right
like
now because that was where I was going next. Because even though like we went into the pandemic, I feel like that whole 2020 2019, Isaiah was in his bag.
yeah.
I mean, in our bags too, because that's when you put out your first album, well EP,
Mhm.
and it's Barrett, right?
Beret.
Okay. Oh, Beret.
Hmm.
Okay. And you had the hoodies. You had everybody was Isaiah down. Everywhere I went in LA, it was somebody with a hoodie. It was somebody with a hat. It was somebody. I'm like Zay. So it was just so cool to see like this is what you're supposed to be doing. I think that was the evidence of like you're on the right track. You're doing what you're supposed to do because I mean I bought like 3
Yeah.
jackets, but you support everybody else too. You always at somebody's show. You always pulling up at somebody's barbecue, at somebody's whatever you can be at. They just be everywhere. So I think on behalf of your friends, we love you and we appreciate you for
Oh, I
that
love
because
y'all too.
everybody needs just that support. Somebody that's consistent, somebody that doesn't change, that you're sure about yourself. And I think that you do a very good job at that. I can't go out as much as I prefer as I used to. I used to see Zay everywhere, but I don't even know how Zay. I don't think Zay has the same amount of 24 hours that we have because how and it's like if you look at his stories, he's in LA, then he in Compton, then I'm like, how you don't have the same 24 hours? So how do you balance kind of always, you know, how do you balance just your gifts, being there for your friends, or just managing all the gifts you have because you can sing, you can dance, and everything like that? So, how do you be like, okay, I just gotta focus on this right now and just go hard in this area on my music, and then I can also do this maybe after. Like, how do you balance your time?
I think I'm learning how to do it, especially with like the reviews being like this new like big viral thing.
Mm.
I think I'm not having trouble, but like trying to figure out like even now like I was telling you, I just did the Power Ghost review
Mm.
at like I didn't finish till like 4:30 this morning.
So what made you start doing that? Wait for hold on. Going back to Beret.
Mm.
I'm gonna edit that. Going back to Beret. So you put that out in 2020. That was your first project. So how did you feel about that? Bringing it out. It's a pandemic. All of that. The choir is ending, but you just I'm gonna put my project out. So how was that? Your first project?
I was scared. I
Mm.
was scared because like I would say like I was making music before this, but and I was putting it out on like SoundCloud, but like this was like official. Like I wanted people to start taking me serious, and what I want to say earlier was that nobody gonna take you serious until you take yourself serious. Like
Bar.
if you say that you want to do this and but we don't see it, then we don't want to support. Not saying we don't want to support you, but we can only support what you put out. And so if you're saying this for like 4 years, like this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, you're not doing it, then I don't believe you.
Mm.
Respectfully, like
Mm.
until you take yourself serious, like even if it's only you, like at least we can see that this is something that you are. Like me making Wednesdays, like I don't own Wednesday.
Mm.
Wednesday been here, Wednesday Adams, Wednesday been here
Mm.
before I was even a thing.
Mm.
But I was like, I'm gonna take day and make it Zay and make it Wednesdays. I'm gonna post a mashup every Wednesday and it's gonna be my day. And
Mm.
it literally became my thing.
Yeah.
And people started taking it serious because I took it serious. And I
Mm.
think that's a big thing for that. So I just took myself serious. I'm like, I do all these mashups. I do SoundCloud. Like, let me just put out something that's for me. Like,
Mm.
I feel like I can do that. And what I miss about my first project was I had no expectations, no worries. Like, no, I just wanted to do the music. It was only supposed to be one song.
Mm.
I ended up doing two in one day. Then I met up with Gabe, was doing mashups because that's what I do mashups with. We like a
Mm.
duo. And then we ended up doing a song that day. That was three. And then I was like, shoot, now I got to figure out the other two because either I'm gonna do like a 3-pack or like we're gonna do a
Mm.
5. So I went to studio one more time and I did the last two and it was like 5 and I finished that EP in like 3 days.
Wow.
And I just put it out and ended up going and I think it was just destiny because that's why I have this 3 on my neck now because I finished the EP in 3 days. It went number 3 on iTunes. Like just my first project and I was just so grateful for that because I would have never thought. And so when you see it, it's like, oh, it's possible. It's wide open. Like the lane is open for anybody. It's just you just really have to do it. Like it's no blueprint no more. Like people getting famous off of
Eating candy Chipotle.
like
Or
telling
something.
telling their story about how they got cheated on. Like
Yeah.
she's famous now.
Famous
Like the girl
now.
who's in popcorn.
Demure,
Yeah,
demure.
like you're getting
Like-
famous off of anything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just really like taking yourself serious. So me putting that first project out during the pandemic was me like stepping into I'm taking myself serious. I made Isaiah J. And I want to be Isaiah Rashad, but it's already an Isaiah Rashad in TDE. So he don't know I was mad at him, but if you see this, I was mad at you because that's my name. That's my real name. And I'm sure it's yours too. So I was like, now I got to figure something out. So I'm like, everybody spell Isaiah wrong. Like if you don't go to church and you don't know the Bible, they spell Isaiah Isiah. No. Please. No. So it's with 2 A's. So I'm like, I'm going to put 2 A's in J
Got it.
because it's 2 A's in Isaiah.
Mhm.
And so that's why it's 2 A's in J. And some people miss the other A. And I don't be tripping like that, but like if I really want to trip, like that's why it's two A's, because I want people to know. And so
put some
yeah,
respect on the A's. Put some
please.
respect on it.
First letter of the alphabet. Put some respect on it. So that's why my first project was that, and it kind of made my second project hard because I was just so in my head. I was like, oh, I gotta make this better than this one, and people are watching me now.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, because you had the merch going and everything,
Yep.
selling out. I'm like, bro, it literally just went up and it was just like sold out. I'm like, wow.
And I was so surprised because like I didn't think people was gonna wear me. Like it was literally like my face. Like I was like me on the front. I didn't think people was gonna wear it. So I'm so grateful for everybody who got a hoodie, a Beret hoodie, who got a hat, who bought a hat for somebody else. Like I'm just grateful. Like I did so many colors. You got like 3.
Yeah, I got like 3.
Like I did brown, green, blue, like pink. And even with Sunday service, like it was a day I did like a Beret week, and everybody wore their hoodies that week. And on the last day, I did like a big like group picture of it. And like I was crying. Like I cried a lot during that season because like once you just like you could say a lot, but once you see it, it's just different. Like it just hit different because I've worked hard. Like, and it took me a while to like be able to say that because I feel like a lot of people work harder than I do or whatever, but that don't neglect
your hard work.
My hard work. And I think it took me a while to say that because I think I've always struggled with cockiness versus confidence. Like I would have and this is another reason why my confidence wasn't there, because people were always trying to say it was me being cocky, and it wasn't that. Like I've never been cocky. I can't stand cocky people. Like we don't even relate. Like we don't even mix. That don't work. And so I was just used to be just so confident in like what I was doing. I was so sure that I was supposed to be doing this, and people used to tear me down. Like really, like I used to say, like I even say now I'm a walking ring light, and people will really dim you. Like people will see you be so bright and want to dim that because they don't see it. Like they don't have that. Like their light bulb is not working, so they want to dim yours. And it happened so much to me, like growing up, like so much. I was just so bubbly, and like even now, like I've always been like this. I've always been so happy, flipping, jumping around, all this stuff like that. But people used to just be like, "Calm down, like you're doing too much." Like
for who though? For you.
Like, you know, and it just used to be weird. So I think just seeing the results of my hard work just meant so much to me. Yeah. Like I'll never forget the pandemic. Like I know it was hard for a lot of people, but the pandemic really blessed me in a tremendous way. And then even when it was over, like Sunday service came back, but like it was just I was already building something, so it was just easy to just come out with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that seemed like you was in your bag that year. And I'm like, while we're all like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. I'm like,
buy my hoodie, please.
You were prepared. That's what I'm like.
I know you don't have no eggs, but buy my hoodie, please. Like,
I know you have no toilet tissue, but please buy a hat, please. Like, but yeah, I just feel like that whole era. I don't even know if the word is era. People use era for everything, but that whole just year was good. And then you came out with another project the next year. I'm like, just don't stop. Nothing ever stops. And I just really appreciate that. So how was it going into your second project? You said that it was a little harder because...
It was harder because I feel like the pressure was on me. Like, once you go number 3, you don't want to go number 12. It's like, you know, like you hit, like, you know, you have a goal. So now I want to go number 2, number 1. And so I believe, if I'm correct, the first time I went number 3, I think it was Janae Aiko and Doja Cat before me. I think was she out? I think she was out with Hot Pink. I think that was there. So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out. Like we gotta figure this out. This number 3. I want to be number 2. Want to be number 1. Like but I didn't know how, cause like everything be a facade. Like you could be doing so much, but people still not helping you. Like a lot of stuff that I do is really myself. Like I don't have no team. I don't have no manager. I don't have no budget. Like this is all me making everything that I do happen. Like my friends may put me onto a gig, which I'm grateful for, or somebody may reach out and be like, hey, I see you doing your thing from social media. Like because I'm so consistent on social media, dancing, singing, just trying to doing challenges, rapping. I was rapping at some point. Like I was playing the tambourine viral videos. Like
when
I say I was doing everything, just everything, because like why not? And so I remember I was dressing up at cereal boxes. Like it was a lot going on in the pandemic. Like it was a lot going on. And so I was doing all of that and nobody was helping me. Like I
Mm.
was doing it, but I was hitting up people like, "Hey, I need advice. Like this video went viral, but I don't know what to do next." Nobody responding to me,
Yeah.
and it makes me mad. I think it makes me mad now, because I feel like I'm in a position to help people, and I help.
Mm.
But where were you for me?
Right.
Because they make it like people make it seem like you so busy, like you can't respond. Like they're trying to be so mysterious, like the
Mm.
mystery van from Scooby Doo. Like they want to be a mystery clue so bad. The mystery flavor airhead. Like you're not a mystery. Like it's okay to just be normal. Like you see the message, help somebody else.
Right.
Respond.
Right.
And I think that'd be my problem. Like everybody want to gatekeep so bad. Like we hop fences in the hood. We don't gatekeep over here.
No.
We don't do that. Like we help each other out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was my biggest thing was that. And so going into the second project, I just really wanted to like outdo myself. And I think putting so much pressure on myself just made it so much harder.
Mm.
Because like music's supposed to feel like fun.
Right.
It's not supposed to be about numbers or like statistics. Like
Streams.
that matters,
Mm.
but at the end of the day, it got to be something that you want to put out, something that you want to sing. Like I remember when Bryson Tiller came out, I kept making Bryson Tiller songs. I'm not Bryson Tiller. Don't do it. Like I'm not. I was never Bryson Tiller, so I would make those songs. They would sound cool, but when I perform them, I'm over there like this.
Right.
Like the name of my
Mm.
speech is.
Mm.
That's not what I wanted to be. That was never Isaiah. And so with the second project, eventually I snapped out of it. I worked with Timmy. I worked with THX, who I worked with before. It was one other person I worked with. Oh, B Martin. His name was B Martin. And I worked with them. I put the second one out. Excuse me.
Mm.
It was October. Yeah, I put it out in October, right before I did American Idol.
Mm.
And I put it out then because I know when you go on the show, you can't really do much. Like they block everything. Like it's hard to like really just put out your music now because they want to own everything that you do. So I put it out early because I'm like, oh, like I'm leaving the choir. I'm about to go do American Idol, and I've been holding this music. And you know, I just felt like it was time, like, cause I felt like my life was gonna change after American Idol, which is a whole nother story if we get into it. But yeah, so that was that. So I put it out, and it went number 3 again, and
Yes.
I was so grateful for that number 3. Like even though I want to go higher, like number 3 is still good. Shoot, number 5, 6, 7, 12
Mm.
is still fine. But I wanted to compete with myself.
Mm.
Like I wanted to outdo myself, and so I went number 3 again, and I was grateful for that. And I did an everything challenge, like people was doing the challenge, and I did
Mhm.
natural challenge, and just different stuff. So
Yeah. So the person that's watching, that's trying to, I guess, brand themselves or just create stuff for themselves, their own business, their own pages, their own social medias. They don't have no team, like you said. What is your advice that you can give them on just starting a name, like being a name, or just creating something for themselves and putting their things out in the world? What would your advice be?
my advice for anybody who's just like making content and you feel like you're not being seen or like don't really know what you want to do or how you want to go about it, I would really just say take yourself serious. Like once you take yourself serious, somebody is going to see that you're taking yourself serious, and they're going to tell somebody else that you're taking yourself serious. They're going to tell somebody else that you're taking yourself serious, and then you become a serious matter.
Mm.
I think we depend on validation so bad, and I know we all want it, but we're not parking. Like we're like literally like it's not. If you focus on that, you're never gonna make it nowhere because people gon' like I said, they're gonna talk, so they can validate you today, and then they don't have the money to pay for parking tomorrow. So then now you don't have no support because you're working so hard on making them happy.
Right.
Make yourself happy.
Right.
That's the biggest thing I could say. Like everything that I do is authentically myself, and I think for me that's the blessing in it because it don't feel like work. Because I really want to do this. Like it's something that I really want to do. And so just find something that you really want to do and just I know it sounds cliche, but you just have to just keep going at it. But I really just want to say take yourself serious. Like a lot of people don't like a lot of people doing this and they don't believe in themselves. And because you don't believe, it's not gonna happen.
Gotta believe.
Yeah, like I can't want this for you more than you want it for yourself.
Right. So with all of that, did your faith ever like waver, or did it ever, like, how did you keep your relationship with God close, or was it apart at some point and you just like, I had to come back to it? How did you manage your relationship, your spiritual relationship with God?
Honestly, I feel like everybody faith wavers, which is why they say faith is how can I say this? I feel like everybody faith wavers because God is always gonna show us that He's gonna come through, but it may not come when we want it, but it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
come like on time. So I think if I'm praying so hard and it don't happen, I'm like, why? Why is it not happening for me? Like, I'm praying, I'm doing what you asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening, and so I think once you get to that moment, or like just say my sister had passed away, and so like I had seen that, and I was just like, why? Or like my mom had got cancer, and I was like, why? Because I won't say my family was like invincible, but like my family wasn't having no issues like that. Like everybody was cool. So when my sister had passed and my mom had got breast cancer, I was just like, dang, like this is different. What's up? Like I'm confused. Like what's going on? And I just had to like realize like it was a lesson like you're not untouchable. Like things can happen to you, and I'm gonna show you that things can happen to you, but I'm also gonna show you that you're gonna be okay.
Right.
And I think that's the part of it. Like things are gonna happen. It's not gonna be perfect at all. Your faith gonna waver for sure. It might waver tomorrow. It just it's the truth. But I think it's just knowing that you've seen a miracle done before, so you're not in foreign territory. It's always gonna come around, and I think that's kind of where I be at. Like I may be down, I may be needing something, but I seen him do it before.
Right.
So this is a Uno reverse. Like it's gonna come back again somehow. I don't know how. I'm struggling too. Help,
Help me.
help me. But like it's gonna happen. So I think that's really what it is. But you gotta know that.
Yeah, and you got to, like you said, believe it. I think you, and I've told Jaden before, you two are kind of like the people for me that I've seen speak something and you literally see it come to pass. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be on this show. I'm going to work with this person. I'm going to whatever. And I've seen your faith literally activate everywhere. And or even when you were doing your Wednesdays and they had the verses and they were reposting your videos and you're like, I'm gonna work with this person, and then before you know it, this person following him, this person is like posting them on their page, and I'm like, wait a minute. So faith does work, like believing in God and actually believing that it's going to come to pass. Like you say, you may not know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen at the right time. And who knows if you would have posted that 2 weeks before, if they would have posted, if they needed that post that time that they posted it, or if you posting about Little John or whoever that's doing the verses a month before, you didn't know that they was gonna be doing the verses the next month, and you posted it that Wednesday before. They're like, oh, let me repost that. So make sure, I always say, get y'all notebooks, write it down, be yourself, and have that faith. So what we want to know is, are we gonna have new music? When is that coming?
Yes. Okay. So I don't know when it's coming, but I have so many songs just unreleased, and I think the problem is I just need to just put it out when I say I'm gonna put it out. I think that's the biggest thing, is that like once you overthink it too much, like it's just because I need plans. Like people, like I'm a single person. Like I put out "Baby Come Back," that was a single. I put out "The Definition," that was a single. I even put out like a wish list song for Christmas. Like I'll put out a single, but I'm really a project person. Like I love a body of work. I love a cover art. I love the story. Like that's why I made Beret. It stands for Better Energy Requires Exclusive Taste.
Period.
So that's why I did Beret. When I did Prologue, it was because it's the story before the story, which is why before I went to American Idol, or before, and I thought American Idol was my story, and it wasn't. My story was the cruise ships into the reviews, which is crazy. Like
Right.
I thought I knew my story, but I didn't know it.
Yeah,
So
I was like, hold on, now we on the shit. Now we on, and you were on the cruise for like 2 years.
almost 2 years.
So how was that?
Whew.
You was
You want my
everywhere.
honest opinion?
I'm like, will we recommend? Will we do it again?
So listen, I would recommend the cruise. You just have to be a strong individual. Like how I got into it was my friend Des. She was in the Sunday service choir with me, and Des is an amazing singer, and
She's
she
great.
like really like motherly. Like
Mm.
Des is mother bear. Like she gonna make sure you good. So,
Mm.
she was out on the cruise, and I was here like in LA, and she was like, "Hey, they need a singer on the cruise, and I recommended you.
Mm.
Can you come?" And I'm like, "I can't swim, so why would I come on a cruise? Like, no, I'm not trying to drown." Because if some, I just feel like I'm always the example. Like, I got friends who scam, I got friends who do it all, and they get away with anything.
But I'm
If
not gonna.
it's me, it's not happening. I just
Mm.
be like, why do I have to be example number one? I just want a little piece. Dang, like
Just a little
so
scam.
a little bit. I need a little help, a little change. So yeah, so she had called me. She's like, "Can you come?" And they wanted me to leave in like 3 days. I'm like, I need longer than that. Like, please.
Mm.
So I had got. I ended up going. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I trust Dez. I ended up going, and I was miserable. Not gonna lie. Like my first week, I was crying every day.
Mm.
I was in my room like stressed out because I had got there and you had to learn like at least 80 to 100 songs
Wow.
in 3 days, guys. They was already there. The band was already there, so they already had like, and they were learning while they were there. They were still learning sets because they had like sets like
Okay.
R&B, funk, country, um, mom rock, what else? Pop. Like they just
Mm.
had different
But
like
they've
genres.
been rehearsing.
But they've been rehearsing like months before they got there,
Mm.
or like a month before, and then they were there already like I think 2 months or whatever. And so I had came, and so I'm fresh. I ain't never been here before. Half these songs I only know the chorus, or I only know them because people have sung them on The Voice, but I have to learn them myself. And then they don't like I'm a mashup person, so me having to do full songs is crazy. You know, I'll do like a little verse in the chorus because like I'm known for mashups, so I'll do like a
Mm.
verse in the chorus or two choruses and mix it together. They want the verse, chorus, second
You want the
verse,
full song,
third
please.
verse. They want the talking in between and the outro and the ad lib. So I'm just like, ooh, this
Mm.
is different. So I was rehearsing with a band that wasn't even my band. Like I was rehearsing with them in New York, just trying to get the songs, memorize them. But it helped my memory so much. I think Kanye West helped my memory so much because we were learning songs. We were learning so many songs a week,
Mhm.
and having to be all book with them in like 2 days. So in the praise team at church, like that just keeps your mind going. So
Mm.
I did that, and I went on the cruise, and it was cool. But I just think you just have to be ready for that. Like once you got it, you got it.
Mm.
But on top of that, like you feel like a cartoon character. I'm not gonna lie. You feel like you're living the same life, like you do.
Mm.
You feel like I had to sleep in different positions. Like I would sleep vertical, horizontal, diagonal, curled, twisted, like pretzel. Like I would have to figure out different ways to make it feel different,
Mm.
and just doing different stuff. The people are entitled. They feel like because they paid to be on the boat, they feel like they own you
Mm.
because you're singing on the boat, but you don't own me because I get paid by somebody to be on the boat.
Mm.
So it's just a little bit of that. And everybody is different. Like I think for me, I enjoy like I was doing like international. I was doing like I did the Mediterranean, I did the Baltic countries, I did Australia and New Zealand, I did Alaska to Canada. So I just did like different stuff like that, and so I really feel like I was fine with being the minority and not being the majority because when you're in LA, you're the majority. Like
Mm.
it's cool, but like I enjoy being the minority and having to learn new stuff and having to use Google Translate because just like we don't want to be learning hearing another language or like we want to hear English, they want to hear Spanish
Mm.
and they don't care. I was trying to speak English and they was looking at me like no,
No,
because you know
Espanol.
no is the same in Spanish and
Right.
so no. They was like no. I was like, "Ooh, okay." So I would get Google Translate, and I would press that little speaker and let
Mhm.
them talk, and they would talk inside it and just get. So it was cool to learn that you're not always the big picture.
Mm.
You're small too.
Mhm.
So to somebody else, you're small,
Yeah.
which is fine. And I
Mm.
think you just have. I was okay with that. So I enjoyed it. I feel like if you're okay with learning that, it's cool. But I also did. Also only had one off day, so I sang 6 out of the 7 nights, 3 45-minute sets a night. Sometimes it would be four if Billboard was off. It was an orange party that was a 70-minute set, so that's like an
Wow.
hour and 15
Mm.
minutes like that. So it was just a lot of different things
Mm.
like that I had to learn, but I'm grateful
Yeah,
for it. But
yeah, because that definitely is gonna help you in the future.
yeah,
You
and I
know,
tried a lot of different foods. Like everybody know I'm a hot wing,
hot
French
wing
fried, chicken
fried
tender,
chicken wing.
man, with a
You like
lemonade.
Zay? Did you actually look at the menu? Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Great.
Cause they could never fail me. Like I've never had a bad wing. I don't know about y'all, but I've never. Well, I'm lying.
Uh
I'm
oh.
lying.
Uh oh.
Definitely had a bad wing before. But also, I think I'm a little weird because I like drums. Everybody like flats. I'm a drum person.
See, well, I like both, but
It's more
I wouldn't
It's
choose
more
the-
chicken on the drums. Like, why are y'all fighting? Why are y'all fighting with the flat? Like, you gotta put your tongue through it and like all like. We're not doing all that.
No, it's just the drums is just too much. It's like it's too much. Well, not the wing, but the actual drum. It's a lot for me, and I just can't do that. But the wings is just enough. Zay, please.
But you said I like the wing, but I'm talking about just the flat.
Okay. Yes. I
The
can
flat?
do that. The flat is cool.
Okay, I'm not fighting with no
Look,
chicken.
comment below the drums or the flats.
The flats are gonna win. They always win. But y'all not wearing flats as shoes.
But what are you doing with the drums?
Drums is heels.
Oh, okay.
Y'all don't be wearing flats
on
unless y'all feet swollen. So why y'all want a flat wing?
I'm not the play
Just
with
saying.
Zay. So
Choose wisely.
So you make the choice if you want to do the cruise. It was cool for what it was, but now after that, now we're at reviews. So you review TV shows.
And let me make this clear.
everything.
I enjoyed it. Like
Yeah.
I know I said a lot of but I was just trying to put y'all up on game because I feel like a
Mm.
lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
Like they'll send you out, and you be in shambles on the
You
floor,
missed
sliding
the
down the
rail.
wall, holding your chest. Okay, so I just told y'all that so y'all can know what to expect. It's a great experience. I got to travel the world. I did 36 countries. It blessed me. Like I learned so much. I was a super LA boy, so I didn't go nowhere. Like I didn't go nowhere. I was really like from here. Like I went to Orange County, Buena Park for knots, but I didn't go nowhere. So the fact that I was able to like, now I've been to like 36 countries is so insane to me, and it just makes me look at things differently. I advise everybody to go out and travel and see the world. Makes you look at LA different. It makes you appreciate LA different, more. Makes you appreciate LA more and different because it's so accessible here. Some they don't even have salt in some places. Like you're eating raw meat. It's
No
cooked, but like it's like they don't use seasoning. In Italy, like they don't eat at a certain time. So if you're hungry, like we can McDonald's open 24/7, 7-Eleven's open 24/7. Out there, like they take like I think 12 to 3 to be with their families. Like everything closes. Nothing's open. You can't even eat because it's time to spend with your family, and then when you do eat, that's why you have to sit down because they want it to be a meal.
Yeah.
So it's just like that. Like that's why you just appreciate it. So I had fun on the cruise. Sorry.
No, you good. Look, we appreciate the real. Let us know. So if you're thinking about doing that, if you have an opportunity, that's a glimpse of a little bit of what it is.
And just
it's
hit me.
different for different people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said hit him. So DM him
I'm
whatever
answer.
you need to do. So now we're at the Zay reviews, everything like that. So how do we get into that? We know this is naturally you in real life,
My
but
real friends know.
But now you're recording reviews. You're doing TV shows. What you do? TV shows.
Pop
Just
culture.
literally, it was just shows,
Yeah.
and then now you do everything. And I'm like, see, if you wasn't so picky, just eating drumsticks, you could do like he could have been like Keith Lee or somebody else that's doing food, but we're not gonna get much. But so how is that now in the review world?
It's different. I feel like I've been baptized and started a whole new life because I would have never expected. Like I've sang all my life, like so I expect like singing or like dancing, but like talking, like getting paid to talk or like getting invited to certain places just because running my mouth is insane. Like I've always had talks too much on my report card, but I would have never thought it would get me here. Like I would have never thought. Like that, it's so crazy to me, but it's cool. Like. It's cool for people just to want your opinion on stuff. Like, because regardless if I was getting paid or not, I was going to give it. Like, I've been giving it for years. It's just funny to, like, get paid to do that. I started doing reviews on the ship. I got bored. Then we were in Alaska. And in Alaska, it's only beer and fish and, like, shellfish. And I'm allergic to shellfish, and I don't drink. So I I won't say I was miserable, but after a while, I was kind of like, what am I doing here? They only had one bowling alley. The service wasn't that bad. The service wasn't that well in Alaska because they want you to enjoy Alaska. So in the certain places that we were going, like they had bad service on purpose. So it was just kind of like, what am I doing? So I would go on the ship, and I started doing Power Ghosts. So I started. I did season 2. It's crazy we on 4. Did season 2.
And it's about to be over.
Boo, tomato, tomato. So yeah, I started doing season 2, and I was only doing like 59-second videos because like I was like, I don't want to be a long recapper. But it's crazy now that I'll be doing like 5, 7, 10 minutes, which is insane because I said I would never do that. And look at me, a liar. So yeah, so I started doing Power Goals. I was only doing 59 seconds, and it just started going viral. I was just like, Jesus, like. What's going on? And season 2 was really good. That's with Carrie Milgram and Zeke and all the stuff like that. So I was doing that, and then I went from Power to doing Baddies West, I think. Yeah. I went from Power, then I was doing Baddies West, and that started going up a little bit. And then I started doing All American, and All American kind of blew it up. Yeah. Like once All American was kind of like the one. All American and Power kind of blew it up. Baddies didn't start blowing up until after West kind of went off, because that's a whole different fan base. Zeus, Now This TV is a whole different fan base. Y'all crazy. So so yes, I started doing those 2, and it just started going viral. So then when I got home, I was just kind of like just doing it like as like it wasn't consistent. I was just doing it like just to do it, and I wasn't even getting paid for it because to get paid on TikTok it has to be over a minute. So I was doing 59 seconds, not even knowing that I could have been making thousands of dollars.
Just one more minute.
Just for 2 seconds.
I mean, 1 second, yeah.
I could have said comment below. Hi, my name is welcome to. I could have said whatever for 2 seconds. I would have been getting paid. I didn't know until I was already making like so many views and so many followers. So that was that. And then it just started from there. And so now it's kind of like my life. Love is Blind kind of took it to the next level for sure. Love is Blind season 6 kind of like every review I was doing was getting like 1 million views. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I'm just talking about a show, guys. Like,
but you're just saying what everybody's like thinking, what nobody want to say. You be thinking about stuff. I'll be like, I didn't even think about that when I was watching it, but now I can't unsee it. Now that, or when I watch something, I'll be like, dang, I hope Zay is watching this show because I like this show and I want him to review. Or you just feel like some people, like I have shows where I'll be wanting to talk to somebody about it so bad, and it's nobody that's watching it. So when I do see your reviews, everybody just be looking forward to like, oh my God, Zay, you need to review. But now they pressuring you like, you need to do it in less than 24 hours.
I be stressed out. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, they want the review the same night. Like, y'all, if something, first of all, I got a life. Like, I'm really outside, like ratchet, like outside doing stuff. Like, I'm professional, but also very in these streets. I'm not even gonna lie. So like, I'll be outside. So y'all watch the shows on Sunday night. Like, I don't get to them till Monday morning, and y'all want the review Monday morning. So like, I'll be up all night watching the show just so I can wake up and just try and rush and talk about it. But especially it really be the East Coast because they 3 hours ahead.
Yeah, so they like,
I wake up at 9 and it's noon. So they like, where the review, girl? Can I wipe the sleep out of my eye? Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I have a waffle? Like, it just be crazy. Like, y'all own me, but I'm grateful. Like, I'm grateful to be in demand. I'm grateful that people want to hear what I have to say. So I just chuck it up as like, y'all really want to hear y'all really want to hear what I have to say. So it's fun. Like, I'm having fun with it. I got invited to a lot of concerts this year during the summer, just to influence and like just talk about it. So I really feel like this is like
the new thing. This is the thing. Yeah, I love that. So what can we look forward to? Do you know what's next? You just say, I'm going with whatever. What's next? What can we look forward to from Isaiah's Jaay?
I'm really going with the flow. I'm about to make Boo Tomato merch. So it's already
I love that.
It's already made. Really, I'm just haven't released it yet because I'm making it a thing. Like, I don't want it to be just like, oh, buy the shirt. No, like, we about to do this. We about to make it like for real.
Do it
like,
all the way.
All the way. So about to do that. Music is on the way. New music. About to get back in my. I don't know if I'm gonna be Beret Zay. I might be Conehead Zay. Who knows? We'll see. Zay is different entities. It's a whole tree. And then I want to make my own show. So working on that too. It was almost done, but I want it to be right.
Okay.
I talk about I talk about everything, so I can't come out with no bunk. Like Not about to be a bunk bed.
You gonna be getting reviews about
exactly, and you would be rightfully so, like because I do it. So it just wasn't right. So I just wanted to be right. I wanted to be fun, and I just wanted to be what I already do. Like I think the thing was people wanted it like recorded and like edited and like sent out, but like the way I do it, I do reviews every day. Like it's something happening every day. Like literally, we doing this interview, and something can be happening, and I gotta hurry up and go talk about it. So I don't want to record a show, and then we release it 3 days later, and nobody cares about it because 1,000 bottles of baby oil didn't drop. So what I just talked about 3 days ago didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to figure out how to do it in a fast turnaround, and it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And when it happens, feel free. You can always come back here. You're welcome here. We love you.
I can't wait to come back. I
love
it
here. On the BD podcast, the time will be going by so fast. You can't cover everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Zay, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I already know that. And we're both crybabies, so I'm not gonna just take too long with that. But you know you're welcome anytime. Come back. Come see us. And you're always welcome here. And I thank you for taking your time out of your schedule to come visit us. And I love you so much. I probably said that like 4 times, but I really do. And keep doing what you're doing. We're watching you. We appreciate you. And we're just looking forward to it. So look forward to the merch, to the music, all of that. Support him. So let them know where they can follow you, where they can see all your stuff.
You can follow me at Isaiah Jaay on Instagram with an underscore in between, ISAIAH underscore JAAY, 2 A's and J, 2 A's and Isaiah. Like the book in the Bible. TikTok, Isaiah J1, because they wouldn't let me use Isaiah underscore J for some reason. Boo, tomato. And yeah, Isaiah J on all platforms. Like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and I'll put all of that in the description below, and probably somewhere right here in the video, right here somewhere. Julian will put it somewhere. But I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you watch. Make sure you share, comment. Let me know what you think. Look, leave a review about this. Let Isaiah say y'all review.
Here's your chance to get me back. Talk about me. Go ahead.
Right. Look, next time. Look, we was talking about dating and everything. Look, next time we may have the boots in the matching pajamas. Who knows? I love you guys. I'll see you next episode. Peace out. Be unique.